So I want to talk about today how good or how well the U.S. men's national team has been playing. I know U.S. got to be fired up here, right? The fans are fired up watching the World Cup, watching them play well. They've outscored their opponents. I believe it's 6-1 first two matches. It goes 4-1 against Paraguay, 2-0 against Australia. Very impressive. Very impressive. I can't remember the last time the U.S. men's national team has looked this good. And I've mentioned before about creativity and how I'm gonna say most, like majority of U.S. soccer coaches are not creative, right? They don't encourage their players to be creative, whether it's at the youth level, the higher levels up, right? They don't really encourage that. They expect the players to play more like robots, right? But one thing if you notice the way this U.S. team is playing right now, they're playing very fluid and they're playing in a more creative way. And you have to attribute that to Mauricio Pochettino, their manager, the Argentine manager, who has had success at some of the biggest clubs in the world. He has some success at PSG, at Tottenham, and he's a very good manager. And I think it's showing right now in the World Cup. I think leading up to World Cup, we were kind of wondering what's this team going to look like. They look like the real deal, but again, we're gonna really find out how good they are right when they play a real legit title contender. But nonetheless, though, I just want to mention that the thing I've noticed is they're just looking like they're having fun. They're flying around. They're fluid, and they're creative. It's important to preach creativity. Especially youth players. They a lot of times they're afraid to make mistakes, right? Let them be free. When players are more free, they have more fun. They make more plays. Force players to think. That's the big thing. Make players think, and just really just enjoy the game though. And it seems to me that this team's just really having fun. And in the past, I don't know if that was the case, but they really look like they're having fun. And we'll see where they go. But I just wanted to point that out today again. Team looks more fluid and definitely playing with more creativity. And I think it's a great thing. I'd love to hear you guys. Hey, comment below. Let me know how far do you think the U.S. is going to go? Going to the knockout stages. Will they get far? Will they get to the semifinals? Would love to know what you guys think. Honestly, I don't think they'll get to the semifinals. I don't, but we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. They're on home soil. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, please comment below and give me your thoughts.